Overall, this Saturday doesn't look quite as warm as what this weekend's been, but it doesn't look cold.
Okay.
It'll be a little chilly in the morning. We do have a cold front that comes through. We've got some rain chances on the way, but before we get to the rain,
hopefully the winds have set down a little bit by then?
Yeah, a little bit. Not quite as windy as what we got this weekend, and winds for today are already starting to relax a little bit,
okay.
But we did have some fires. Now, I will note this fire video, Jeremy Carter was out, got this in Ellis County. This was a prescribed burn that was set on purpose to help mitigate the fire that we've had up there from growing anymore. What they're doing is the firefighters are burning some of the dry trees, some of that fuel for the fire. There's also this house fire, this little structure fire that firefighters were on. It got into the grass next to the house as well as the home itself. So that, of course, an issue, but the real spectacle is some of these flames, because you can see as these trees get lit, they can really burst up in flames quite a bit. Across the area, it is rather quiet, really a lot of sunshine with some of these high, thin clouds and not much else going on across the state. That's pretty evident looking at satellite. Not really a whole lot going on there, even in terms of these high, thin clouds. On satellite, you can see exactly how thin they are, just kind of wafting across the state. Up in Woodward County, Marty's still out tracking there, and there is a grass fire near Moreland, but it's not hot enough yet, at least on satellite, to show up, but he's sent me visual confirmation of it, so that's going on up there. We're still very, very dry. Relative humidity values in the single digits and teens. Once again, a little bit more moisture once you get towards central Oklahoma. Still very dry, but 20s and 30s relative humidity is a lot different than single digits and teens. Winds out of the south gusting 15 to 35 miles per hour, 34 right now at Will Rogers. Up in northwestern Oklahoma, where we've got the driest air, it's 15 to 30 miles per hour. So the fire threat continues today. It lessens tomorrow. We could see some showers tomorrow night into Tuesday morning in eastern and southeastern Oklahoma. Most of us are dry. It's later into the work week, like Thursday morning and through the day Thursday and Friday, that we have a better chance at rain. That system sweeps out. Cooler air comes in behind it Friday and Saturday afternoon, but temperatures don't take long to rebound as we get into Sunday and Monday of this coming week. Temperatures will be back in the upper 60s and eventually 70s once again. Quiet view on Concho Cam and our Lucky Star Skycam network. Still 80 degrees out at Will Rogers. Really, really warm and quite blustery as well with that 34-mile-per-hour wind gust. Temperatures overall across the metro, no one's especially cool. The coldest I see is 74 in Piedmont and Kingfisher. It's 77 in El Reno right now, 79 Midwest City, 83 up in Edmond. A few degrees cooler down toward Norman at 78 degrees, but a really comfortable evening ahead and a very mild night once again as we fall back just into the low 60s and upper 50s. And then the afternoon, another warm one. Not quite as warm as today, a degree or two cooler, but still nonetheless a very warm March day as temperatures are going to be 20 degrees above average. Statewide right now, temperatures in northern Oklahoma, we're still seeing some 80s, but a lot of us are starting to fall back into the 70s. Again, still a very pleasant evening, especially while the sun is still up. Statewide temperatures tonight out west will be the chilliest in the 40s, but a lot of us, once you get toward I-35, you start to see the 60s pop into the picture, and they stick around in the state all the way to Arkansas. And a cold front will start to drag through the state as we go through the day tomorrow. It's not going to impact our temperatures a whole lot today in central Oklahoma, but up in northwestern Oklahoma, could see an afternoon back in the 60s tomorrow. Also going to see winds a little bit lighter in northwestern Oklahoma tomorrow than central Oklahoma, just by a couple miles per hour. Now, that being said, it's still going to be drier in northwestern Oklahoma tomorrow, but everywhere you look at it, when we get relative humidity in the teens and the 20s, we still have at least a little bit of a fire risk, more of a moderate risk for tomorrow, kind of along I-35 and out into western Oklahoma. No one quite in that high criteria just because wind gusts aren't going to be that incredibly high. When the wind's not blowing super hard, it's not super hard for the firefighters to get a handle on some fires. Tomorrow night through Tuesday morning, eastern, southeastern Oklahoma, about a 20 to 40% chance of some showers, 60% down toward Idabel, down in McCurtain County. And then Tuesday afternoon, we'll notice some cooler air. More 60s for us in central and northern Oklahoma, in the lower 60s, 50s in the Panhandle, but we're right back up into the 70s as we get into our Wednesday. It's Wednesday night through Thursday that I think are better chances for rain enter the picture for us, which will be nice.